want to play something I saw in the post that was sent to me. It was Talib on Ebro's show talking about Blackstar album and why it hasn't been released yet. I
Hey,
don't want to.
do we have to give Talib airtime? I was just curious
Yeah,
about that.
yeah, 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 yeah. You know, it's Blackstar. So
Mm.
let me
It was
play this
like stuff.
clip real quick because I got a lot of questions. I got a lot of questions.
Please feel free.
So,
very hard at work to try to find the right
can you hear that?
situation to release the new extra albums
Oh, I've
produced
already heard it.
entirely
You
by
can play
No,
it for
but
the
I'm
Madlib.
saying,
people.
can you hear it just so
He's not
I know if
interested
people
in the
can hear
music
it?
industry. He's not interested in
Yeah,
sort of the rigmarole.
Let me go back.
yeah, play it for him
Very
right
hard
quick.
at work to try to find the right situation to release the new extra albums produced entirely by Madlib. Yasin Bey, he's not interested in the music industry. He's not interested in sort of the rigmarole of how America tears up its artists. The problem with distribution, how racist and how slave-based the system of distribution been in the music business. And we just don't want to participate in that as a group. Spotify, the DSPs is where everybody gets their music. But largely those contracts that these DSPs have with the artists are unfair. We're talking about percentage, fractions of a penny. And for most of them, they don't even share with you their accounting and their booking. I agree with my brother Yassine when he says that it's not fair. Now, as a group, Blackstar, it doesn't look like we are going to be placing our music on the DSPs. So we are now exploring ways in which we can get our music to the fans and not have to prostitute ourselves in order to do that. But Yassine has never been someone who does it the easy way. Because the point that he's always made is that hip hop is a revolutionary music. Hip hop is a music that's not to disrupt. Why are we accepting the rules that they set up for us? But I will say this: it's looking like it's going to be a Blackstar song. I've been very hard.
That was a lot. So it sounded like they got the album, the Black Star album, Talib and Mos Def and Madlib together. Sounds like it's done, but they're having discrepancies on how to put it out or what way they want to put it out. Sounds like they don't want to put it out in a traditional way, or at least the way of the streaming outlets. But he ended it by saying, "Looks like it's going to be a Black Star summer." Listen, based on their resume of not coming out with an album in one album in 24 years?
So one hot album every 25-year
So
average.
one album in 24 years, and doesn't sound like they want to put it out in the way that people consume music now, but it's going to be a Black Star summer. I don't see this coming out because, all right, this is what I got. This is the part that confused me. I think that the following that Talib and most have is so loyal. And even if they started and I'm sure they've already done this, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm the smartest person in the room. But if they just started a website or a social media handle that took people to that website, I truly believe that their fans would go to that website, order the music straight from them, whether it be physical or just in MP3 form, and they would have cut out all of this stuff that he's talking. I don't understand what the issue is. It sounds like Talib is looking for a label to carry this. I, but I don't understand. And again, you don't have to send your music to streaming outlets. And honestly, we talking about a group who ain't put out an album in 24 years. Your audience is used to CDs. You know what I'm saying? Like, your audience knows what CDs are. So
Mike,
what's the problem?
Can we unpack a couple things? So let's get a couple things clear. Like, first of all, the Black Star album was never all that to begin with. It's not some sort of all-time great hip-hop classic. Respectively, if you were to put rap into subcategories and you were to fit them in a genre of music, let's say with The Roots, A Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, Jungle Brothers, their solo material, Common. If you were to put all of that together, Mike, the Black Star album would probably be like the 15th or 16th best album that came out of those reflective camps. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so let's start calling their only album that they did together what it is. It's a good album. It's not a great album. It's not an all-time great album. It's not a hip-hop classic.
Respectfully, Black on Both Sides and Train of Thought are both better.
Mike, it's not even a question that those albums are superior, truthfully, when you listen to them. But even in relationships to classic material, and that's why I bring in the whole spectrum of it, because it appears like their legend seems to be growing and unnecessarily because the album wasn't that dope. Mike, let's not get it twisted. That album's not better than People's Instinctive. It's not better than The Low End Theory. It's not better than Midnight Marauders. It's not better than Illadelph Half-Life. It's not better than When Things Fall Apart. It's not better than the Jungle Brothers' first album. It's not better than any of De La's projects, in my estimation, Mike. Any of them. I'll take every De La project over the Blackstar project, including
people are killing you in here talking about the Blackstar project.
It's not like that. It's not.
And some people are saying, yeah, it wasn't that great. And I think what people do have to understand is it was rated in the source. Not to say that the source is God, but at the time it was, right? It was rated in the source at the same time that Outkast put out Akumenai. Outkast is Akumenai got 5 mics. The Blackstar album got 3.5.
No, that's accurate. Okay, that's accurate relationship. Accurate relationship. That's what a flawless album from a duo sounds like. That's what a good album from a duo sounds like.
Yeah.
Appropriate relationship. And so let's start rating it appropriately.
I think Brown Skin Lady, Definition, Redefinition.
And Respiration.
Respiration. Thieves in the Night, or I'm sorry, I'm sitting here thinking about Thieves in the Temple. Thief in the Night. And yeah, it gets kind of murky after that. And I mean, look, I think that we all have kind of been sucked into that whole notion of, wow, Talib and Most together for a whole album? That's crazy.
It ain't like that. It was never like that. That's what I'm saying. It happened one time. Like, that was 97. That was 98, right?
It was 98, yep.
People were more concerned about Tribe breaking up and the fact that Outkast had dropped the Aquemini. That's real. That's real. Like,
and,
so
Volume 2 was being rated in that.
I'm trying to speak in terms of group.
Right,
you know
right, I got you.
But I'm saying in terms of groups, in terms of contemporary artists that may have made comparable style music, or who you would have been replacing on the totem pole, well, you have your late 80s, early 90s premier rap group. You have your mid to late 90s premier rap group. They both dropped projects the same year. Like, the Love Movement got more pub than Blackstar's album, even though I don't think it's better. So, like, we just need to, like, taper it down. Mike, you want to know what? How about this? Blackstar's album is closer to Beats, Rhymes, and Life than it is Midnight Marauders of the Low End Theory, and that's what people need to understand about the Blackstar album.
This is what I will say about putting out music, and and you can't even say it's generational anymore. We just saw Nas put out 3 quality albums over a 2-year period. 2 highly regarded albums in 1 year. That narrative, if it takes me 10 years to put out an album, people ain't fucking with that anymore. Where's the music? You know what I'm saying? And I get the whole notion of you don't want to play by the industry's rules and this and that. I think now you have more options than you ever did.
And it's crazy that he's saying that. Like, he's saying it. Like,
he's saying that like there's only one way to put out music. There was only one way to put out music back when y'all did it the first time.
No, he's literally saying it like I Am and Volume 3 are being bootlegged again. And it's like, fam, you understand that you can set up your own webpage and get connected to your own streaming services through that and eat that way. Prince been doing it since the Crystal Ball album.
Exactly. And again, this ain't no new knowledge. You know, I'm not going to sit here and even talk like I got more industry insight than somebody like Talib, who's been in the game forever. And Mos Def as well. To me, I'm just going to keep it real. And I love these guys, and I'm fans of these guys. It sounds like excuses.
Right. I'm about to say, stop making it seem like, hold on. Stop making it seem like you're crusaders because you haven't made classic shit in a couple decades.
And again,
that's what's really
sounds
going on.
like, you know what it really sounds like to me? It sounds like Mos Def is not happy with how this stuff is coming out. And, you know, Madlib probably as well. And they send Talib to go out here and make excuses for it, unfortunately.
No, I mean, but like people want to put this cape on and act like it was something that it wasn't. It's like, fam, like between the two of y'all, there's like a classic and a half to be had, and it's not the Blackstar album. It's like most of us consider Black on Both Sides to be a classic, and half of us consider The Train of Thought to be a classic. Y'all got a classic and a half between the two of y'all, and it's not the Blackstar album. So miss me with the bullshit. Take your ass to work.
unless there's some factors here that
No, especially no, Mike, especially for a dude that got time to pull up on our Instagram page and make comments and stuff. But then when we reach out and say peace, he act like he too good to comment. Like I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of the sucker shit from sucker ass niggas. I don't care if you rap or who knows you.
Well, this is the thing.
He a clown.
Oh man.
Right. No, because he can pull up on Instagram and talk on our page and argue with fans, but he can't speak to us because he really don't want no smoke with me. And so, like, I don't want to hear what he has to say. Go rap and go rap well. You've been part of a half of a rap classic in your, like, 25-year rap career, but you walk around here and talk like you're some sort of legend and some sort of god. Like, you're not Rakim, fam. You're not Nas. You're not Jay. Go make the album and shut the hell up.
I think that the thing is, man, like artists have more freedom now than they ever have. And there's a lot of options and a lot of ways to reach your fans that you didn't have before. And he also has his own outlets through podcasts and and he even has access to Hot 97, even though I don't even think they would need any of those things. Obviously, most stuff has his following. Now, if is there something out here that we're not privy to as far as like Blackstar being under some sort of contract and being owned by somebody? Because if you and I, who we don't have any record deals, you don't have a record deal, I know I don't. If we say, you know what, we're gonna put together an album, we don't want to put it on the streaming platforms. We could easily just go out there and develop our own site and have whoever wants to buy it get it from there. What's the problem?
Mike, haven't we specifically talked about doing that with your old music and my old music just for the fans on this page?
Yeah.
Just like What Up shit?
Just on some cool shit. Right. So I don't see the issue.
Right.
Listen, if the Blackstar stuff's not coming together well, just tell us that. Don't sit here and act like, you're a victim of the system and this. Or if you're in a record deal that won't let you put music out on your own, say that. But don't sit here and act like the way that music is being distributed now is slave driving. And if you feel that way, it's fine, but there are options. Honestly, I feel like the slave driving way was the only way to actually put out a record was to get major distribution from people who made the actual physical CDs and who actually printed on high demand on a massive level. If you're a up and coming MC, you can't compete with that. You can't compete with the shelf space of somebody who's getting at the front of the store. You worked at a record store, you know how it is.
Oh, I'm very look.
So yeah, that's slave driving.
I'm gonna tell you some of the funniest stuff that I've seen. I remember I was at the record store the summer EI and Country Grammar came out. Nelly dropped Country Grammar. Oh, it's like, I can remember my boss telling me, he's like, no. He's like, who's that guy? He's like, you know that guy. I don't know that guy. Move that guy over and give Nelly another lane. And give him another row. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's my boss told me just like that. He's like, you know that guy. Or I don't know that guy. Give Nelly, because we're going to sell 115 copies of Country Grammar in this store alone this week.
That's real. George Williams says, why not put it on Bandcamp? Yeah, I mean, outlets like that, or even if they wanted to just do it on their own website and they don't want to cut Bandcamp in, they got that option too. You have millions of fans. You do shows.
Look, and you
know what? Us on According to Hip Hop, we were promoted because it's Blackstar. It is what it is.
Mike, and this is what I mean. Oh, when people really want you, they'll find you, Mike. You know this. One of my favorite rap records last year was Tunchi with Love the Genius and Armani Caesar.
Yeah.
They took that shit off the album almost as soon as they dropped it, Mike, because they knew what they had on their hands. Mike, yep. I know one site in America right now where I can go listen to Tunchi with Love the Genius featuring Armani Caesar, and I found it. Because that's how I feel about the record. That's why I'm saying, it's like, I don't want to hear what you're saying. It's like, I went hunting for about 2 weeks to find a Love the Genius Armani Caesar record. When people's looking for you, they gonna find you.
No, that's real. But yeah, again, man, I hope that it's going to be a Blackstar summer. I would love to hear a new Blackstar album, but I just don't. At this point, I just don't like all the excuses.
It's like Mike, you're excited to hear it, but why? That's what I keep saying. It's like,
because I mean, first of all, you know what I'm saying, I think Mos Def and Talib together, they have a very good body of work together, even if they only have one album together. Whenever they got together on features with each other, it worked.
Correct.
And Mos Def is, you know how I feel about Mos Def, and we've talked about that in length on this show.
Right.
I would like to hear where he is as an MC. I think he's an incredible creative, not as just an MC, but just a creative. Period. So
I'm just not as excited as you because it's like they haven't created enough classic material over the course of their careers for me to be excited. It's like how about
well, it's
this?
like
This
the
is
Kendrick thing.
no, this is exactly how I feel. I'm more excited about Jay. Jay's giving me more of a reason to be excited than these guys. That's real, Mike. That's what I'm talking about. It's like don't ever miss like, and that's what I'm saying. Oh, people think that I hate on Jay. Listen to what I'm saying. I am checking for Jay shit long before I'm checking for some Blackstar shit. They made one album and it was a good album. It was not great.
Yeah.
It was not a hip hop classic. Most Def made Black on both sides. Mike, this we talking about my high school teenage years. It's like ain't nobody checking for y'all like
No,
that.
I agree, and I think that and I say this
Be
respectfully,
real.
artists can't get beside themselves and feel like people are waiting for a 10, 14 track album 10, 20, even 30 years later. Like, we've just seen Nas crank out 2 quality albums in 1 year. It don't take that long to put together nothing dope. And so if
I
it's
mean,
taking this long, sounds like the shit's not good. It
right.
just is what it is. I feel the same way about Kendrick. I think Kendrick shit ain't coming out because it ain't good. If you ain't
We
put
just
out no
watched
album during that whole Super Bowl push, it's probably not good.
No, real talk. In the last 2 years, we just watched Nas put about 40 records on wax between about 3 albums. Like about 30 of those records are like stellar. Like Mike, Nas has had a better career in the past year and a half than those two dudes combined.
Oh my god. I think
Mike,
most steps have
listen to what I'm
incredible
saying. Hold on,
career.
listen to what I'm saying. You can put Black Star, Train of Thought, and Black on Both Sides up against these last 3 albums, and that would be the seminal work. That's what I'm saying. Nas has done y'all seminals work together and collectively in a 2 year period. Who do you think you are?
I think
Understand
again,
where you
man,
are in the game.
no
No, understand when you going up here talking about, oh, and with this, like, nigga, then sell it out the trunk. Oh, you can't sell it out the trunk anymore. So I suggest you learn how to play this game.
the black line says checking for clips way before Black Star, personally.
Well, that's because Pusha been outside.
Yeah. And you know what? And I think if Lil Brother got together, I think. But see, it's the reliability of it all too. Because I remember Mos Def got on stage and said there was going to be a Black Star album with, Madlib producing the whole thing. I feel like that might have been like 6 years ago. It
Was that around
doesn't
the same
take
time
that
Black
long.
Thought? Hold on, Mike. Was that around the same time that Mos Def told us we were getting the Mos Def Black Thought album?
So, who knows?
Right.
Who
So that's
knows?
what I'm saying. Like great MCs, great guys. Go look at the catalog. It's like stop thinking we checking for you like that. We know who Mos is. Like, but when did Black on Both Sides come out, Mike? It was 23 years ago.
Black on Both Sides was, that was what? That was 99, right?
Yeah, it's coming up on its 23rd anniversary.
Yeah,
That's
it
your
is.
seminal piece of work. You have it rapped regularly since that time.
Well,
Stop
let's get
thinking
up out of
bullshit.
here, man.
Ooh, Madlib's doing the album. Me and Mos are back together. That's great. It's like it's 2022, fam. It's like, look, you got Nas on a record. You got Cole on a record. You got Conway on a record.
I mean, listen, man. A lot of the emerging hip hop artists that are out today weren't even born when that album came out.
Mike, that's what I'm saying. Who checking for y'all? Like Thought gonna check for y'all because he used to rap with y'all, but Thought shit getting, like Roy said, Thought shit busy getting put in the Smithsonian right now while y'all is busy like trying to put together y'all second album.
That's like when I graduated high school, somebody telling me about a group that ain't dropped the album since 1979. I'd be
Right.
like, okay.
Like imagine this. Hold on. I think what was that? Wasn't like Janet and Madonna still releasing albums when we was in high school, like All for One and music? Imagine if they were just coming back around right now. You'd be like, hey, I haven't listened to Janet since like All for One. It's like 98. Like, what we doing?
All for You
Right.
All for You was fire and shit. Madonna had a hit album, Confessions on the Dance Floor, in 05. Killer. Great
Right.
record.
Confessions of the Dance Floor is 05, Mike.
It's a classic.
Madonna out here. Madonna outside 20 years after her.
Right. After Like a Virgin.
Mike,
All right,
20
man.
years after Borderline, she outside.
Yeah, man. It's incredible. All right, man. Let's get up out of here, man. Hopefully we're going to get that Pusha T on Friday. I'm going to get a redo with this Ludacris thing, man, and make sure you have your list ready. Any closing stuff before we get up out of here?
I want people to understand that it's like, I be talking about these dudes because, We get chided in our community a lot for not working, but y'all be giving these dudes hall passes for not going to work. These niggas ain't made no album in like 24 years. It's like, nigga, go to work. Shut up.
I mean, and you got access right to the fans now. You don't have to go through this long distribution process or anything.
It's been 24 years. Shut your ass up and go to work.